Flashback.
Mr. Johnson, I just saw you, I believe, last week, and I ordered that you be held for a limited time for contempt of court. And then I understand the military put a hold on you. They were having some problems with you cooperating with picture and prints. Are we past that? Did you get your picture and prints taken?
I did not, ma'am.
Why did you not do that?
Because I didn't feel like it was, I was here for a criminal offense and there was no jurisdiction for me to get fingerprints and photo, ma'am.
End of Flashback. 1 week later.
Mr. Johnson has called again this morning, and
Yes.
he's supposed to be faxing something. My fax machine just went off, so let me see what it is.
Is this the individual who's a sovereign citizen type?
Sovereign citizen military.
It's funny how this man has been identified as a sovereign citizen in the military. He should be discharged immediately from the military. I do not feel comfortable with this man serving in our military, being a sovereign citizen.
Yes, and he is really military.
Sovereign citizen in the United States military?
Yes, I have something he sent us. Let's go ahead and go on the record. 2024 TR 541, State of Kansas versus Danny Lewis Johnson. Paul E. Dean for the state. Mr. Johnson fails to appear.
Your Honor, please issue a warrant for his arrest immediately.
Mr. Johnson he's filed several pro se motions. I'm not quite sure what they're saying or what his goal is. One is titled Affidavits of Records of Request. That may just be he's seeking discovery of documents, some which he may be entitled to, others I think not. And then he has something, it's addressed, it says notice of principals is notice to agent is notice to principal.
Your Honor, that language is only something that Moorish sovereign citizens use. So I have identified this man as a military Moorish sovereign citizen. Can't make this stuff up.
And it's addressed to the Honorable Phyllis K. Webster, and they are on file. I thought he would take them up today, but yesterday a woman called for him, a Loretta Davis, claiming I think to be his spouse, telling us that he was going to be in surgery today, and both the clerk and Missy conveyed to her and then later to Mr. Johnson, someone calling in as Mr. Johnson himself, that I needed verification. So he has given me yesterday something from Novant Health, Novant Health, and it's a document with some information about him that does show military status, active duty 1, and some other information. And it says he admitted with a central stenosis of the spine, but I told him I need to know more than just what that docket showed. So just now, Missy received a fax dated September 27, 2024, showing Danny Johnson as patient. Date of visit 9/25/24. To whom it may concern, it is my medical opinion that Danny Johnson should be excused from court due to hospital stay. Discharge date to be determined. If you have any questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to call. Sincerely, David A. Henderson, MD, and the letterhead is that Novant Health logo, but I don't see that it shows. Okay. Well, that looks like it's stamped with a NHCOH Orthopedic Special Care Unit in Charlotte, North Carolina. So I think it must be in North Carolina getting some type of surgery. So I had told him to be here in person because of his prior history and contemptuous behavior. Mr. Dean, any objection to what I think might amount to a request for continuance?
If the court believes what we've been provided is authentic, I'm not going to object. But
Well, I wouldn't state.
Spinal narrowing of the spine is what it sounds like. I don't really know what type of surgical procedure that would have been all of a sudden just scheduling. That would seem to be an issue that he should have known about when these cases were set back on August 20th. In any event, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt at this point in time. I asked that we set this over to October 25th. Could you be so kind, since you've got that information? I don't have that info in front of me, either you or to call that doctor, just find out what that discharge date was. Because I mean, this is just Zoom. I mean, I don't see you could Zoom from your hospital bed. But I'm not
sorry,
suggesting that's appropriate this time because I don't know enough.
Are we talking about Mr. Johnson? I was on the phone with Mr. Collins. He's trying to get in.
Yeah.
Okay, so the guy's having surgery. I've talked to him like 3 times in the last 2 days. He's had
Dr. Mr. Johnson.
Yes, talked to Mr. Johnson. He called me again this morning, and I asked him about the documentation, and he said that he took the fax number down, and that's what he just faxed, and said he was having surgery today.
Well, let's make sure that Mr. Dean gets copies of both documents that I have here. Let's make sure they're both filed.
Okay.
And then if we can take this up again, both these cases up October, October 25th. At what time do you want to do this? 9 again?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, these are both set, and then let's see if you'll email these over to Mr. Dean.
I will.
Thank you.